this problem is another rate problem. And as a quick refresher, we are going to use the formula distance equals rate times time, right? And we have to remember that whether it's a plane or a boat, we have the plane's speed with no wind, meaning how fast the plane flies in still air. And then if it's flying with the wind, meaning the wind is pushing from behind, the speed of the plane would be faster. And if the plane is flying into the wind, then the wind would slow it down, right? So we have the speed of the wind and the speed of the plane, and we're either going to add it to find out the real speed if we're flying with the wind, or we're going to subtract it to find the speed of the plane if we're flying into the wind. So again, we are going to use a table, right? And our table is always going to look the same, right? On the top of the table, we're going to write distance equals rate times time. And the rows, one of them is going to be with the wind, and the other is going to be against the wind, So now we just fill in this table from the word from. So the problem says an airplane flying into a wind, so that's against the wind, travels 1,800 miles, that's distance, 1,800 miles, flying between two cities in 3 hours and 36 minutes. 3 hours and 36 minutes. So one thing, I need to be able to write 3 hours and 36 minutes as either a fraction or a decimal, right? So let's figure out how to do this. I know 3 hours, right? So 36 minutes really means 36 out of 60, right? So what is that fraction? So we have common factors in here, right? And if you can't see the biggest one right away, that's fine. But you should be able to see that 6 goes into both those, right? And that becomes 6/10, right? Which becomes 3/5. So I now know that 3 hours and 36 minutes is 3 hours and 3/5 of an hour, right? And I can make that a fraction if I want. I can make that 18/5 of an hour, right? We could do that. Or I could make it 3.6. Either way is fine. Let's make it 18/5 just for fun, right? So I'm going to make the time 18/5 of an hour, right? Okay, so let's get rid of our side work because we're probably going to need our space for that now that we know how to figure out fractions of an hour. Now let's keep reading. It says on the return flight, the same distance is traveled. So the same distance, that's 1,800, is traveled in 3 hours. So no fraction there. Find the ground speed of the plane. Now, they're calling it ground speed. You'll usually see it called speed of the plane in still air, right? But the ground speed. So I'm going to call the speed of the plane in still air P, and then we have the wind, right? Now, if I fly with the wind, it means the wind is pushing from behind. So that means it's going to make my real speed faster. So I'm going to add the speed of the wind to the speed of the plane. Now, when I fly against the wind, that means the wind is pushing against me. It's going to slow me down. So I'm going to subtract the wind speed from my speed because it's making me actually go slower. Now, once again, the key points. My equation is written on top, and I now have two equations. There's the first one, and there's the second one. So I'm going to write these two equations down. I get 1,800 equals P plus W times 3. And the second equation is 1,800 equals P minus W times 18/5, right? Okay, so there is my system of equations, right? Okay, now, I'm going to simplify these equations. So the top one, I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 1/3 because I want to get rid of that 3. And on the bottom one, I'm going to multiply both of them by 5/18, right? Because I want to multiply by the reciprocal to get rid of that. So I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by that and see what I end up with. So the top equation, when I multiply by 1/3, 1/3 times 1800 is 600 equals P plus W. And the bottom equation, when I multiply by 5/18, now if I multiply 1800 by 5/18, 1800 divided by 18 is 100 times 5 is 500, right? Equals P minus W. Now, these two equations, this form a system of equation, and elimination jumps out at me because I can quickly solve for P. Because if I add these two equations, I get 1100 equals P plus P is 2P, and the W's cancel out. So this one, divide both sides by 2, I get 550 equals P. So the speed of the plane in still air is 550 miles per hour. First, let's see what they want to find. Find the ground speed of the plane. That's the speed of the plane in still air. They also want us to find the speed of the wind. So let's find the speed of the wind. I'm going to use one of these equations. I will use this one. This looks easy. And I'll substitute in P into this equation. So I get 600 equals 550 plus W. So I'll subtract 550, and I get 50 equals W. So the speed of the wind is 50 miles per hour. Now, of course, I need to write these answers in words, right? So speed of plane in still air, you can't just say it's speed of the plane in still air, is 550 miles per hour. And the speed of the wind, is 50 miles per hour. And we've used our same table for both plane in wind and boat in water. And they're identical. The equations are always going to come out from those rows like that. The tricky part of these problems is understanding this rate column. This rate column is always composed of two elements: the speed of the vessel in still air or still water, and then the speed of the current or the speed of the wind, either adding to it or subtracting from it.